we are here. It is hot in here because this is Inferno Pools.
Woo!
I cannot believe we actually are getting to see a game on this map because this map is ridiculous and no one should ever play on it. Thankfully, it's out of the pool. Anyway, in the top right position of Inferno Pools, it is the Red Zerg Tempo.
From Hot Dam or the Horse's Head, whichever one you prefer. And in the bottom left-hand position of Inferno Pools, representing Dust Gaming, it is the Pink Terran player. Put your hands together for Alceister! Can't even tell you how many times I've said put your hands together for and butchered it and been like, put yourself together for. Put something together for. And
I mean,
like, no
if you aren't
sense at all.
together watching StarCraft, you should probably also do that. I mean, not necessarily for a certain player. Like, that's just a good thing to do in general. Like, put your arm back in the socket, you know? Like, I don't know. Not everyone's built like an action figure like I am, though.
Oh, yeah, like Kimotiazo, definitely an action figure, but un-action figure-wise, the Alceister is going for a very early scout, making sure he knows where everything is. This is a 4-player map, of course, so he's just trying to make sure no shenanigans going down, knows where his opponent is, and is gearing up for what I'm presuming is going to be some Reaper stuff, but not 100% sure yet. There it is, Reaper going down.
Tempo's scout pattern is actually really weird with his drone. He sent it to mine at the natural in the south position, but then didn't send it to the main, so he has no idea if his opponent is there. There's just a drone that's really long distance mining at 3 minutes into the game.
Maybe he's just that Korean pro guy. He's that Korean pro guy who goes to one mineral patch and is like, it's down 5 minerals, I know they've been here, and then like goes back and just knows everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely cool. Or Tempo is saying, like, maybe Alceister is going to go heavy mech style this game, and this way I prevent him from having 5 minerals at, like, the 55-minute mark when he finally expands to that south base. Then I'll have a tiny advantage, and I'll be able to overwhelm the mech player.
Overwhelm with half a ling, with like 1/35 of a ling.
Wait, Tempo, what are you doing, man?
I feel like Tempo scouted down there. Okay, Tempo number 1 is an overlord in the bottom right position. So Tempo's like, okay, cool, nothing here. He's going for some aggression. Maybe, I mean, you kind of assume that there's a natural, but on the other hand, Alceister doesn't have a natural, so that wouldn't have been true. But, I mean, Tempo is just opening up the aggression, and there is a bunker rush, by the way, going on in Tempo's natural base. 1 Reaper's in it, 1 Queen to defend, and all his lings. I think probably what happened is said, you know what, my lings are all going to die if I go after the bunker, and they're going to be wasted, so I'm going to go over to the opponent's side of the map, and this Queen is taking a lot of damage from the Reaper and not doing anything. Oh,
yeah,
dear.
I'm really worried. Tempo's control of this game is faltering a little bit. His scouting control is a little bit weird, and since Alceister is just going aggressive straight into the factory before the command center, these lings aren't going to really do anything. The one nice thing is that Alceister can't repair that reactor for a little while, so it's actually going to get pretty low on health, and he has to pull some SCVs to repair. But these Reapers are doing so much damage here. Nice moves here by Alceister to get that damage done. And the idea for Tempo is to run around these 6 lings and deny a CC on the low ground. But he's not going to be able to pull off any such thing. He's actually, the Spidey Bow on the right's actually going to get really low. Oh, and repairs it with like 10 health left. Really nice for Alceister that didn't go down. But there's still 2 Reapers across the map poking away at this hatchery. That's really nice. Actually, the Queen's continuing to take quite a bit of fire, trying to finally snipe this SCV. Oh, he's not going to get it. Oh no, Tempo.
Oh. That's what he tried with the very first Queen, and he lost it. He tried to get the SCV, but the SCV is too much of a baller and gets away each time. 2 Reapers alone a Queen can deal with, but not 2 Reapers. And I like the SCVs. I was like, I'll get in here, guys. Like, whatever works. And get in that bunker. And the natural base is little going to be defend. As I was mentioning earlier, yes, there was 4 lings sent across the map to try to get some damage done, but they're not really going to do a lot versus this bunker. Another Queen. This is going to be the 3rd Queen to go down if Tempo does not retreat. That's the 3rd Queen. A 4th Queen is on the way, and the 5th one is in the main, but this is so hairy. These 2 Reapers have completely paid for themselves.
Oh, like far and away, and the Queen actually comes out, doesn't get the SCV. Oh my god,
retreat! No, the SCV gets out and heals.
Oh, it's so close. SCV is so dead. Oh, it only takes 1 of the Queen shots. The double queen attack. Oh, and then the drone.
The drone hero.
But
That
bunker's
man, he's
still
on
up.
a wall somewhere.
Oh, the bunker's still up with 137 HP, and he's still losing drones. And there's Marines and Hellions on the way. Oh no, Tempo. And he doesn't even have Ling speed yet. Oh no. This
5
is just...
Marines, 3 Hellions moving across the map, and so many drones are low on health. He's looking so scared for Tempo. He's not even gonna have, like, he'll be able to wall off that ramp with these 2 queens, but these Hellions, just so much damage done. I'm curious. 13 workers have been killed, and I'm just looking for resources lost if I can find it in here. Where are you? I can't.
1,600 to
thank you.
271, and I don't think that includes the resources spent on repairs. So that number's a little bit higher for Alceister, but yeah, this is just silly. Tempo, he cannot possibly hope to hold this off. Stim is about to be done. There's a medevac on the way.
There's no Marines though with the main army. Or sorry, there's 3 Marines. My bad. They're all clumped up too much.
And Alceister's actually adding on the armory now, so if this attack doesn't kill Tempo right now, he's just going to reload, come back with Hellbats and Marines, and that's going to be a real problem. 1 queen down, another queen taking heavy fire here. There's a GG. A fast win from Alceister, and a fast win on cross positions on Inferno Pool is not the game I expected to happen there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back for Coda, which, if you know anything about music, is kind of ironic. We're here on the right side of the map with our blue Terran friend representing Dust Gaming. It is Alceister.
You know anything about linguistics, it also has a very ominous meaning. But in the top left-hand corner of said Coda, from Hot Damn, it is the red Zerg player from ASL, Tempo. He needs to win this game he needs to win this game and the next game to be able to get anywhere in this tournament.
Yeah,
but
he's got
we are
one more
rooting for
loss
him.
in this series before he's done, and 2 more in the next one before he's totally done, if he wins this. But he has to win 2 in a row here against Alceister, who's been playing really well and actually is going for a cheese right now, sending 2 SCVs around the north side of the map. Gonna get some 2 racks action happening here. And Tempo, see if he plays totally normal, ZVT is gonna be in quite a bit of trouble. But it is totally holdable, even when you go hatch gas pool or hatch pool gas, or whatever you do. It is holdable, but it can get really, really difficult. Actually, going pool first, perfect by Tempo.
Yeah, Tempo did open up with a really quick drone scout, and even though he did not scout the SCVs coming over, he scouted the base and said, "Oh dear, nothing's going on here." And he knows he's got to defend this. He's sending out a drone with a crazy attack pattern into that 3rd base, hoping to find those barracks, which he will. As you mentioned, speed's coming up, or not speed, gas is coming up, this early gas. This is everything he needs to defend. Actually, he's not going to spot those racks. Wanted to check for the 3rd and actually originally had it queued up, but decided not to. This is going to be really important. He's going to need to get a queen out to start getting those injects going and have a little bit of defense, but at least this is not Reapers, which would devastate him a lot more and be a lot harder to deal with, especially this early in the game.
Yeah, these Marines are going to be able to do quite a lot, and since there's no natural to distract them, there's no meat shield down below the Zerg's nice and juicy main. Oh, citizen's arrest attempt there on the SCV there, but does get away. Alceister controlling that nicely. The Zerglings are going to come out and kill that SCV. Very, very nice pickup there for Tempo. And Alceister just rallying out his Marines. Is he actually going home with these? What is he doing? Did he just give up? He just knows that he got scouted and is done? Interesting.
I mean, he
don't get quite a bit done with the Marine pressure, but I'm not as high as a level player as Alceister is a Terran, so I mean,
he could have moved. He could have moved in there. The Lings were coming towards him, and I think really what happened right there is he spotted those. I mean, it was after the Lings started coming, or sorry, he moved out. He moved home before the Lings started coming up, and hopefully, oh, beautiful, gets the supply depot. But I mean, It could have been he saw the Lings coming home and decided, you know what, I'd rather be able to defend this decently because there's no racks at home. But on the flip side of that, he could have killed those Lings with 3-4 Marines, especially when the Lings were coming towards them. They weren't right on top of each other, so there was enough DPS coming out of those Marines he could have defended. So I have no idea why he pulled back. Maybe this is the start of some amazing comeback for Tempo.
Yeah, I mean, Tempo, I feel like, has the advantage here. The real problem for him was that he never got a natural. He just really kind of over-defended that. Pulls 2 guys out of gas to prioritize the mineral income. It's going to be nice for him. Alceister throwing down a bunker at home, which is nice for Terrans to see doing that. That bunker really doesn't cost them much in the long run. But Alceister adding on a 3rd barracks, looking to play pretty aggressive here. Just like he did against Apocalypse, but not sure if it's going to work as well against Tempo. See, that the fact that Banelings can swing so hard against you kind of makes that early non-tech heavy aggression as Terran a little bit difficult. If you can get really good splits and pull it off well, you just walk over the Zerg. But if you take a bad Baneling hit on Marines who only have stim or something like that, you lose all of your momentum and die.
Yeah, and in the ZVZ, or sorry, just in the games Tempo has played, he has had fantastic Baneling hits when that's happened, but right now he is not gathering any gas from that main. He's got the extractor down, he got enough for speed actually, but does not really have anything past that. He's got 96 in the bank. He could make a couple Banelings, but it's really going to be key how he, I mean, as you mentioned, how he wants to be able to take this game. On the other hand, though, that may not be as necessary as we're really saying. As we were mentioning, he has a beautiful, quick 3rd base. He is ahead 8 workers at the moment, which is not a lot, but it's going to soon start to actually just be able to snowball because he's got some nice injects going. He's actually even going up to 4 gas. I'm thinking we're going to see some mutos out of this, which could hit Alceister really hard, especially with not even a starport yet. No medevacs at all to be able to heal his units.
Yeah, if Tempo is able to get out and utilize his mutas, that's one nice thing about mutas is that you can do a lot more with them than simply attacking. You can go around, buy time, pick apart your wherever your opponent is exposed. And Tempo, as the layer finishes up, let's see when he starts that Spire. And nope, there it goes. There it goes. I was going to say he has the gas for it, but finally got it down. Spire's going to be on the way, and he's still only got... Or he's actually missing a drone and gas over there. That is not what you want when you're prioritizing mutas, especially when you're only on a 2-base economy. But if he can pump out lots of drones and then get the mutas going, he'll be in great shape. And Alceister is playing so defensively right now that he's not going to be able to push before Tempo's able to get up a nice healthy Ling Bane counter here.
Yeah, in the biggest way for Alceister, if you wanted to kind of counter the mutas before they even came out, is to put pressure on and force Banelings out. But as you mentioned, Alceister is playing so passively that Tempo is not going to have to make any Banelings at all. I mean, he can make Banelings, but they're not going to be, oh crap, I need to use all my gas right now. I need to get them out defensively quickly. And so really that's not going to happen. Only 30 seconds away for Tempo for that Spire done. And then another 33 for any more mutas. So still about a minute away, but as you mentioned, Alceister is very far behind in a lot of things. 20 seconds behind on, or actually only 5 to 10 seconds behind on these medevacs, but it's going to be, how is he going to make this work? And even if he can make these Marines work, a Baneling hitting pure Marine with no upgrades is going to decimate them.
Yeah, his Tempo gets 6 mutas, but he was supply blocked a little bit. Didn't have enough supply room to get out the mutas. That's one thing that's tough when you're going for missed muta timing, is when you don't have enough supply room, because those mutas are 2 supply each. And when you're just keeping like 1 or 2 overlords ahead of your supply count, it can be a real problem. But Alceister still does not have combat shields. It's about to finish here. It's going to be really, really clutch for him. But Tempo is skimping so hard on his Lings and Banes here to prioritize the muta count that I think now he just needs to stop making mutas and just get out lots of Lings and Banes, because this is where you die, is Zerg, when you rush a tech. These mutas are going to be able to get in and do a lot of work. There's no turrets. It's actually pulling back the Marines. This is exactly what you want. If the Terran commits this attack, there's just not enough to defend with no Banes out. No, but Tempo getting this nice damage done with the mutas, picking off some Marines, popping out of production. This is so great for him.
I'd love to see Tempo cancel that armory, but it's not quite going to happen right there. And as you're saying, he's just everything pulled from the main. Very little gas income for Alceister, which he needs something to be able to defend off these midas. Really, there's a couple Widow Mines in the natural, but not that much happening. Alceister is getting more units or more SCVs into the main mineral line, trying to get that up. A lot of turrets, and I'm wondering. I mean, Alceister is playing so passively. He tried to move out, but he's pulled back, being a little bit indecisive, kept being pulled back. But as I mentioned, just again, they finally have +1 attack, but if a Baneling hits any of these Marines, any of this 36 Marine count, they're going to all be gone, and that's just not going to work out too well, especially with these Banelings being morphed in and mutas coming into the main. Looks like, though, Alceister may spot this in time. It's going to really depend on how aggressive he's going to be and if he can bait into the Widow Mines.
Yeah, this is, I feel like, a really bad engagement for Tempo. These Lings are all going to evaporate to the Marines. The splits are good, and these are slow Banes off creep. I mean, Tempo knows that he doesn't have Bane speed yet, and you cannot take that engagement without the Bane speed, and now his ground forces are totally annihilated. He's forcing out 14 Lings, but he just doesn't have the larva with no macro hatch yet, and some missed injects. Like, you can't throw away your Ling and Bane like that. You cannot. It's so tough to hold on to the Terran's counter swing, and the mutas should just be across the map, like, already trying to pick away at what the Terran has, trying to get more time to rebuild your Lings and Banes. But Tempo is just in real trouble here, only able to morph in 6 Banes with decent splits, with Alceister's already pre-splitting his Marines on this creep, and he's going to be able to deny some of this creep spread. The mutas deny a turret, that's nice, deny some mining time here. There's some Marines here to support. I don't know.
Come on,
know if these, oh, the mutas are being on micro.
No, the mutas right there were on move command, but in the main part of the map are actually just near Tempo's part of the map. A lot of Lings pushing forward. Banelings also pushing forward on creep, getting to their opponent a lot quicker, being able to kill some stuff, but just there's not quite enough. The injects are not quite there to keep pushing still. A couple of Marines do survive. That is not 19 Marines at the main, but 19 Marines overall, and looks like right now that is 8 or 10 Marines trying to push on. The mutas should be able to clean it up right now, but still, Alceister is pushing forward very aggressively and quite well.
Yeah, Tempo did end up getting a little bit done with those mutas, but the rule is if you don't have any Banes, you cannot engage against the Marines. And Tempo kept trickling in little bits of Lings over and over and over, and just lost so much more there than he needed to. And now there's a huge reinforcement wave from Alceister coming up. He actually has so many medevacs. I don't know if he needs any more. He needs to add on some more barracks here. Still only on 3. And he's gonna get
two more medevacs on the way too, man. He is into this. He either makes 1 medevac or is like, I'm gonna drop you with 1 Marine in each medevac. It's great healthcare.
He only has 4 more. Or, sorry, now it's a little bit different, but he has like 2 or 3 Marines per medevac at this point, and that is just a fantastic ratio. Tempo has been able to rejuvenate his Bane count a little bit, getting up his 4th base, which you really need to get the Mutaling Bane economy flowing. But he's gonna be in trouble if these engagements don't go perfectly for him, because he doesn't have that big of a Ling buffer. So once the Banes are gone, he cannot keep fighting. He's got the mutas across the map, and he's gonna pick off some Widow Mines, but there's a double drop loaded up. It's gonna go into the main. The mutas are not in a position to defend this, and they might actually fly right over some Marines.
Yeah, there is a drop in the main, and that is also where the layer is. So possibly, if somehow Alceister can snipe, that's going to be good. But Ling's coming in and try to defend while in the middle part of the map. 2 more Overseers are taken out, and Baneling's trying to engage. A couple of Banelings get decent hits, but big Widow Mine hits will clean up the rest of it. Well, there's still a little bit of a drop in the main. Pushing forward aggressively, taking out that Queen, and still, it's not going to be enough to get rid of any buildings here, but a decent amount of damage was done, and really stopped a lot of the injecting. That was 2 different bases 1 Queen was injecting. 17 workers Tempo has killed to the 0 supplying enough of Alceister, but Tempo is still trying to take back this game. He's actually in an okay position still, even though he's thrown away a couple battles. Oh, yeah, big Widow Mine hit.
His upgrades are going to be a real problem for him here shortly. The Terran is really nice upgrades. 2-1 now, going to get +3 attack. So kind of missing his armor upgrades a little bit, but these Widow Mines are going to be a real problem. The Zerg army is so light right now that bad Widow Mine hits, you cannot afford a single one. Widow Mine hits so far have been okay, but Bane hits going way off a creep here as Alceister's splits are glorious. These Banes are all expended basically. A few more come trickling in with a few more Lings. There's not that many Marines here to fight this off, so Tempo is going to push off. This is like the smallest armies of MMM I've ever seen fighting against the smallest armies of Lingbane you ever want to have. Like, this is just not very good. And there's 2 Widow Mines right under the Mutas. Huge hits. Huge hits. Muta's taken down to 9 total.
Yeah. Tempo has still successfully been aggressive in a lot of situations and defended this, but his creep production has stopped almost completely, and because of that has not been able to defend quite as well. But finally he has taken the fight to the third base, now destroyed third base of Alceister, and is hoping to take this back. A lot of the Widow Mines are killed. One more, actually 2 more Widow Mines are coming out in the front base, or at least the front of the natural, and Tempo's hoping to try to hold on, but he cannot bait into these. He's lost so much because of Widow Mines and really needs to hold on. A couple actually beautiful changelings run in, see what they can see. Ling's running in quickly. A little bit of friendly fire goes down onto these Marines, takes them out, but so far Tempo looking good. He's got to be so careful that the meters are 100 gas apiece, and he does not, actually he's a fantastic gas income at the moment, but he's taking a lot of damage economy-wise. Actually, I take that back completely. He's taking 0 damage economy-wise.
Yeah, Tempo finally breaks through that bunker. Now the front is exposed. There's not enough Marines. And Alceister just now getting more barracks. The add-on's just finishing. I think that's been his biggest fault in the game. There's GG. Very well played by Tempo.
Everyone, and welcome to the final game in the losers match. Now, whoever loses here is going to be booted out of ASL Vanguard, or at least for this season, and whoever wins is going to power on to the Lazarus match. In the bottom right-hand corner of Terraform, from Dust Gaming, a previous ASL Vanguard League winner, it is the Yellow Terran player, Alceister.
And his opponent, repping the stars and stripes, the Red Zerg, playing for his own team. Hot damn! Maybe even wearing a horse mask while playing StarCraft, which would be really impressive. It is Tempo.
Oh yeah. And Tempo, interestingly enough, is starting off with a hatch first. Now, I feel like you wouldn't do this on this map, especially because there is a direct path right through the middle. I mean, you can get pretty aggressive on this, as we've seen. You can have some cute proxy racks locations, so I'm not worried for him because obviously there's nothing happening, nothing quickly attacking him. But on the other hand, I think it's a little bit gutsy for him, and I'm really curious to see how he's going to utilize this.
Yeah, Tempo is playing to the meta right now. What Alceister's doing is also in the meta, so Tempo's going to be totally fine. But like you point out, this map does open up the opportunity for breaking the meta a little bit. The initial attack path right underneath those destructible rock towers through the center is pretty short by modern map standards, and can be a real problem. It's not like Inferno Pool's close position or anything like that close, but it is pretty direct. And so if the Terran decides to do something like a in-base 3 racks or something where he just puts on lots and lots of pressure, this hatch gas pool style can cause you some problems. But for the most part, the reason that this Zerg opening is so common is because it's pretty decent to great against what Terran does. And other than like proxy 2 racks that you don't scout, it's pretty good. And the Reaper's out already to defend this bunker. See if Alceister can pull another win off with the bunker in the natural like he did on Inferno Pools.
Yeah, Tempo does lose 1 drone right there, but the Ling's perfectly out and actually stops it a second away from being done. It is finally complete. Queens are there, Extractor canceled, and only 1 drone lost to that pressure. And relatively little Alceister lost, but he will lose just a little bit of attack time because one of those Reapers is lower on health. He'll have to wait a little bit. But now there is, the 1 Queen should be able to fight off these 2 Reapers, especially with these Lings. Tempo's looking like he's in a nice position, especially on the other side of the map. Alceister, I mean, kind of gearing up for a normal game, getting his factory up, maybe going to do some drops this time, but for now, Tempo not really shown his hand yet and having a nice defense. And actually, it was quite a beautiful defense, just barely was able to get rid of that bunker. And honestly, the reason why I was able to get rid of that bunker is because the hatch was first, the hatch was down just a little bit quicker, and he had the vision onto it to be able to kill it.
Yeah, it's a wildly different game than we saw in game 1 now, since Tempo was able to deny that bunker. I was really worried that it was just going to all fall apart from there like it did in game 1, but I'm so happy that it didn't. Because that sucks, losing a game that way, in particular when it's an elimination game. I love to see these guys go toe-to-toe and macro ZVT again. Because while that last game was kind of a strange low army size ZVT, it still was pretty standard, and I love seeing that. This is my favorite way to play StarCraft, is in those situations. But Tempo going for a huge Ling Flood right as speed finishes. This is really nice for him. If he can get some damage done, there's no wall at the front. There's a wall at the natural ramp and some Hellions out. But if Alceister is not paying attention and gets these Hellions surrounded, that's going to be a real problem for him. SCV's come down to get one Hellion for free there. Nice. And the Lings are coming in. They're going to get around the bunker before the SCVs do. This is falling apart for Alceister.
Yeah, kind of funnily enough, a second bunker went down, but there's not enough Marines to actually utilize it. Banelings finally coming in, and it's going to be interesting to see what they target down. One goes down on the plates, I guess, or the bunker. Another one, yeah, a little bit indecisive here. There's not quite enough Banelings to break through, but barely. I think this bunker is going to go down. And, it does go down. One hero Ling, 2 Lings left, finally goes down, and that was a decent amount of damage. 7 SCVs killed. Tempo's in a nice position, but I don't know if it was 100% worth it, the amount of just pure economy he put into that. And Alceister is going to be able to bank off that, go into a nice attack, but gladly, thankfully, Tempo, there is no armory yet.
Yeah, the armory not being out right now is great for him. And that attack, it was almost really great. It's just Tempo misfired getting the Banelings so far behind the Lings. That they kind of comically walked in 5 at a time, like, doop-de-doo, the attack's already over, all the Lings are dying to Hellions and a mass-repaired bunker. If there had been Banelings there to deny the repair, that would have gone way worse for Alceister, and he's lucky that Tempo didn't get the Banelings up there where they needed to be. Drop of Hellions in the main now.
Yeah, he's very lucky, but there is that drop in the main. Tempo only has 1 queen in the main. Another queen is coming up to try to defend, but there's just not quite enough for it. And, oh man, all of Tempo's drones are so low on health right here. Hellions coming in also from the just from the main entrance right there, and Tempo will lose another queen, I think, because of that. So many drones being fried right here. 21 drones are dead. So far, that is 22 in all. Tempo has killed 8 of Alceisters, but a lot of damage has been inflicted, and really, Alceister completely evened it up right there, and even a medevac is still alive.
Now, with no third down yet, the third base is like 4 minutes late at this point for the Zerg player, and losing 21 drones. He doesn't even have a fully saturated 1 base economy now. Tempo is in so much trouble, and he just built a whole lot of Lings. He's more for some Banelings. He needs to wait for those Banelings this time, as Widowmine coming in, getting them 4 Lings there. Nice pickup, but there's a bunker here with SCVs to repair it. Tempo needs to not expend all of his Lings before the Banelings come in to help. The Banelings are ready now, but Tempo's not going in again. He doesn't have the Lings to really help this out, and he cannot afford to sacrifice his economy further to make more. I don't know if I like the execution on those attacks, though.
And right now, Alceister just has 9 idle workers because he's so prepared. He needs to be able to heal whatever he can, and a couple workers just meandering around too. But looks like so far Tempo, I mean, he's checking into the third. He knows he's behind Kamatiazo, and he's trying to see any damage, anything he can do, poking into the third, making sure there's no third, and pulling back for right now. And he's getting his injects, he's getting Burrow, he's trying to find some little niche, something to let him get ahead, but I'm not sure really if he can do it. He's taking so much economic damage, 22 workers. And he's gotta be ballsy, gotta go for a big attack, Kamatiazo, or he needs to be very greedy. What do you think he should do in this position right here?
I like the Burrow play because the Miracle Baneling hit will do so much work here, and Alceister is adding on a ton of reactors for his barracks that he's gotten now. And he's actually making an adjustment from their last game that he's adding on his production a little bit earlier, which is good for Alceister. But Tempo, now that his layer is done, he needs to do something with it. He hasn't done anything with the layer yet, and he's only got 1 guy in gas in the main. He needs to buckle down, take his third now, which he's going to do. Honestly, I might just go take the gold because, I mean, it's probably going to die, but you're also probably going to die completely, and this is an elimination game. These Banes more from the mid-map are going to get found and totally denied. 2 of the Lings cancel and escape, but the rest of them get picked off for free. Alceister is in a absolutely commanding position here. I think Tempo needs to move his overlords into position, start creeping on Alceister's third positions. He needs to do something serious to get back in this. And Tempo, he's He's got 2 drones and gas in one in the main and one guy and gas in the other. That's not what you need right now. He's got idle drones. I think Tempo's just a little bit thrown off, and I really want to see him regain his composure and fight back in this game. This is definitely possible, especially with Burrow out and Banelings. Nice, he's got some Banelings burrowed at his own rock tower. I think you need to go spread those around and get them at like every choke point. These 3 points along the middle here are perfect for it. And Alceister going to land his third and moving out now. This is trouble for Tempo.
Yeah, it is definitely trouble. Thankfully, these Marines are going to be going over the creep, but the creep spread of Tempo has been so little over this game. He's been little areas he's kind of been flaking on, not quite able to do it. Even scans, picks up those Banelings, and he's going to even get this Queen retreating into the third base. Hopefully, Alceister will not know it's there, but it's just so scary for Tempo. Tempo needs to do something really aggressive, really ballsy, but it's not quite going to happen. Send someone to try to clean this up, but there still is a Widow Mine they could retreat onto. A second Widow Mine, not quite down yet, and a huge drop into the main. There is 3 Widow Mines down, a Queen barely actually standing next to 1 Widow Mine, and I don't think Tempo has any idea about this. He can't actually see it. Now he barely can, but he's still in a scary position. Lings on move command, won't actually be able to defend right now, and I mean, barely. Tempo's trying to hold on, but there's so little Spire. It's only a couple seconds away. There is 900 gas, but GG, Alceister makes game 3.
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.